My name is Frank Rich. I'm originally from Los Angeles, and I came here about 2 years ago to study the master's program in diplomacy and security. And right now I'm doing my thesis for the program, so I'm not graduated yet. October 7th, I woke up, and actually my wife woke me up, and she was saying, like, I think I hear sirens outside. And we live in Ramat Gan, so it's pretty near to Tel Aviv. And, I remember, like, telling her, like, I don't hear anything. I want to go back to sleep. It's 6:30. It's a holiday. I'm looking forward to sleeping in before my kid wakes up. But the siren just kept going, and so we got everyone into the shelter. We have our 2-year-old daughter, and we also have a dog that we brought to the shelter, and then I started to kind of look on social media. And then I saw like things that I couldn't believe I was seeing, like terrorists inside Israel, and then just the shock setting in of like the images that were coming out of the south were just so terrifyingly horrible. I think like probably the hardest part of that morning was playing with my daughter and trying not to think about like what I had just seen and trying to like make this a normal day, even if like we're constantly going to the shelter. I joined the task force about, I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago on the social media content team. And what I do for it is just kind of manage how the content is being posted and organized, and just working with the content creators and people managing the social media sites to get that content out there. Originally, when the war started, me and my wife just were trying to get like supplies and just do anything to help, the soldiers and the refugees. And kind of after 2 weeks, it just felt like, like Groundhog Day. Like every day is the same. Like, there's sirens. There's not really any movement politically or in the ground operation yet by then. So I wanted to do something more to help. And my background originally is in marketing, so I felt like joining the social media team would be kind of the easiest way for me to, I guess, help out with like the skills that I know. We learned all about the conflict. It was almost like it was a master's course in international relations, and the security side was like another master's course on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. So like when I was like looking at social media on October 7th, I knew like exactly where to go, like OSINT information. That's kind of how I was like able to see some of the images that were coming out really quickly, like early in the morning. But yeah, we've learned all about like Hamas, what the situation is, and kind of the seriousness of what's going on regionally as well, like with Hezbollah, with the Houthis, and then especially with Iran. There's a lot of misinformation that's going around right now, and that kind of constantly surrounds the conflict. But some of the key things I think people should realize is Israel was not an occupier of Gaza, especially for years, like 16 years before this attack. So information coming out saying that this was some sort of, and I mean, I completely disagree with it, but like I've seen social media saying that this was a justified attack from Hamas because of the occupation. Well, there was no occupation, sorry about that. And in terms of like this Israel going into Gaza now, it's something that actually really just has to be done. It's a sad and unfortunate event, but militarily and for the security of Israel and its survival, you can't repopulate the south, who are now all refugees, as long as Hamas can redo what they did October 7th. So, from a security standpoint, Israel really has no choice but to go into Gaza and remove Hamas physically.